Hey guys, it is Iggy here! Now you're probably wondering why is Prime in front of the camera when it's not his review? Well, if you look at the title, he has a companion to go with him. QUILLFIRE! So before we get on to the rest of the figure, just a quick scale thing. As you can see, if this was more realistic, this would be this big. Well, probably be a lot bigger. Because Windows. Still, Transformers, scale's always been off with them, doesn't matter. Anyway, this is QUILLFIRE. Not a bad figure. He's pretty decent. He does look good. His gun store's there, which is pretty neat. And just like Prime, where because of the feet, if you remove the axe, you can stand him up with his feet. For some reason, you can do the same with QUILLFIRE. Yeah, you can stand them up like rockets. That's normal. Not. Still. Folding the feet back. What are my gripes with this guy, first of all? Well, kind of the same with Prime, really, is a bit of some lack of paint in a few areas. Again, like I said, I can touch it up. I'm planning on giving these guys a more of a realistic paint job, like doing some bumper stuff, some lights, maybe give this guy a bit of a scuffed metal look, some slight silver dry brushing around the place, just to give him a more realistic and worn look, as he is a Decepticon. And there's his game sticker. It's cool. It's actually a sticker. Which is neat. Gripes. Again, he has no head articulation. Well, his head can't look left and right, can only go up and down. Which is different from Prime, because Prime can only look left and right and can't go up and down. But it's part of his transformation, so it makes sense. It's right there, by the way. I'll show you that in a minute. He has a serial number printed on both of his arms. That's probably the worst place they can go. They could have been printed on the underside of the feet. Again, and hollow waist bits, but oh well. Now, Bolt Matrix actually came up with this idea. It's bloody hilarious. First of all, he has an unintentional gimmick. You can open the bonnet, or hood, whatever you call it. In the UK, it's called a bonnet, but in America, it's called a hood, I think. I'm not sure. And this doesn't like to line up very well, as you can see. I don't know why. But you can open that, and then you can literally have a snapping turtle. Why isn't this painted silver? I don't know, and that just annoyed me. Still, you can have a snapping turtle car that either bites on other Transformers' ankles or attacks other ones from behind. Still, that's his head. Pretty cool. Again, his gun does store. It stores a lot better than Prime's axe, and it's a bit difficult to get out now. It's on. And I can't seem to get it for some reason. Come on. Bloody hell. I can't even get it out. There we go. Here it is, has its own little quills, which is pretty cool. Looks like a plasma bolter or something, or a cutter from Dead Space. Yeah, it's kind of cool. It's got a little symbol there. I'll just get it focused. Look at that. Right there, it's got a little symbol. It's pretty neat. This thing's nice. Looks good. Fold his feet away. Right, let's transform him, shall we? So the first thing you want to do is... I've only just transformed this guy. I've not actually transformed him back. Right. Because I just watched Bolt Matrix's review to transform him, because the instructions, which are not in leaflets anymore, they're printed on the back of the box, and they are so small, I don't even think a 4-year-old could understand what to do. Seriously, Hasbro, if you're watching, you need to put them back in leaflets like you did before. Like little fold-out paper bits like you used to do. Because having them printed on the back of the box is stupid, because they are so small, you barely know what to do with them. Still, we're going to start by splitting the front. Splitting the sides off, which is a little difficult. And that snap wasn't anything breaking, it was just these pegs I'm clipping. So, do that. Like that. And they're on this hinge, so like a butterfly joint. I'm just going to turn them like this for a minute. And take this. Now, this is pegged in with 2 tabs here and here. Disconnect it. As you can see, it's got 2 little lumps. There's a little hole there. And there. And they literally... This is more difficult than it is. Like, they snap into place very tightly, which is good. Fold that back. Then disconnect this from here. Straighten out the legs. Like so. Fold up the feet. Take these, fold them back like that. Rotate the waist around. Just straighten the feet out. I don't want the feet all... You don't want them all the way up. You want them down a bit like that. And then take this and flip this like that. Oh, he does have head movement. Look. That rotates a little bit. It's on the sort of ball joint in there. That's kind of cool. And then take this and just accordion this backward. Like that. Make sure these are folded. Do they fold down anymore? Oh, and I just popped it off by the ball joint. So don't go down anymore. We just... There we go. Take these and... Oh, you probably can't see. Disconnect that. Fold it like this. Get in here. Fold out his hand. They have... Oh, the camera's sinking down. They have 3 of his limbs. Repeat the same process with the other side. That tabs in quite tightly, actually, which is a good thing. Pull those out. Fold out his hand. Then take this and shimmy that up there. That little gap there does help with this. Oh, just so you know, the quill here is actually detached in packaging. And I haven't actually tried this. Oh, that's cool. You can hold it in his hand like a dagger. It is separate in package. In fact, this is how he's packaged with his head out. And this is kind of folded down. So, you know, you got some options there if you want. You got a little display option. But still, that does snap in place. And this quill, you just plug back there. And then this goes down and then up like that. And then open this. Just give me a minute. It is a little difficult to open. Open his butt hood. Fold his head out. Do that. And the first thing it does is fall over because he's had too much. He's not bad actually. He does look good. Just give me a sec to transform Prime. He is a lot shorter though. He is quite short. He is a good looking dude, however. We'll give him his gun in a minute. I just want to transform Prime so he can give you a quick scale with the two. I will admit, actually, these RID figures, I mean, I've only got Prime. There was Wingblade in there, but honestly, that figure looked absolutely horrendous. The paint job looked horrendous. I'm just completely put off by the way it looks. Prime looked cool, on the other hand. I mean, it is growing on me a lot. It is a lot. It is really good. So here's Prime, as you can see. Prime is a lot taller. Let's give him his gun. And, well, you probably noticed one thing. He's very stumpy. Yeah, he is a stumpy dude. It doesn't really bother me, to be honest, because I like the fact that they all come in different shapes and sizes. It gives them diversity, and that's kind of what we need in this world nowadays, because a lot of people are very xenophobic and phobic to people being different. You get people that are fat shaming, you get people that are skinny shaming, race shaming, religion shaming. Look, I mean, look at it like this. They're both different shapes, they're both different colours. Decepticon, Autobot, different race. But what are they both? What do they both have in common? They're both Cybertronian. You should look at it like that. Don't discriminate. I mean, basically, I'm going off a bit now, but they're both Cybertronian, so we should look at that the same way people are. These are both Transformers. You wouldn't discriminate saying he's shit because he's stumpy. But you'd say he's good because he's a Transformer like him. I mean, yeah, he does have his flaws, but look at the people the same way. People have their own flaws, but they're still people. Just look at it like that. Still, back to the review. Of course, the colour difference is massive. The colour palette, like Prime is quite bluey, and this guy's quite tan and brown, like ground colours, and this guy's quite like artificially stuff. This guy's very like he camouflaging the ground a lot. So articulation, we'll just remove his gum. His head can look left and right a little bit. I just discovered that and I'm pretty pleasant with it. It's not very much, but it's better than nothing. His arms have this joint here. So you've got 2 out joints. And that ball joint really does like to go out very far. That is really good range of motion. Nice forward motion as it is on a ball and socket joint. You have a double jointed elbow here and here. So you get more than 90 degrees. I love double joints. You get a mid-bicep cut joint here. You get a hinge in the wrist. Now, if you move this out of the way, you have a cut joint at the waist. You have a ball joint at the hip, sorry. So forward, back, out to the side, same as the shoulders. Cut joint at the mid-thigh. A single hinge knee. And a very nice hinge at the foot, which goes quite far back and quite a bit up. So, really, he's Really well articulated, actually, for such a stumpy little guy. Oh, and his head can go up and down if you move this out of the way. That's quite a lot down, actually. Decent amount up. Not bad. Again, my gripes, just lack of paint. And his head movement, I'm not going to expect to be better because I think they're kind of constricted with what to do. Transformation back, I will show it because with this guy it's difficult. With Prime, it's pretty easy. So first step, remove the gun. Second step, flip that out. Also, he can, as well, I'll just show you. His quill does fit under his hand. That's pretty cool. He can hold it like a blade. But we'll just stick it back in there. Take this and fold this like that. Fold his hands in and snap them up. Ooh. Oh, that was unexpected. His hand literally just popped out of its joint. It's not broken, it just clicks back in. So once you've got those, you then take this and pull this all the way up. Like that. Rotate this up. Rotate the waist. Put the feet in. And then, now you don't push these. Oh, you can do. Didn't work the first time. You take these and then you bend them at the knee like that. And then take this and these two little notches go into these two gaps. So you get the idea. And don't worry, that's not anything breaking. That's just literally how it snaps in. It sounds horrible, I know. And then this is going to fit in that gap. Like so, right? Turn these just to get them out of the way. Fold this over and then snap it into place. It's getting a lot easier now. And then take these and turn these and you have to snap it in there and there, as well as snapping these two pegs around that little notch. It's a lot easier done than said. God, saying it's very complicated. Although mine here doesn't like to go in for some reason, which is a bit retarded. So you snap it in this one first, and then you push it in this one. Like that. And his gun just goes on one of these two pegs. Pretty cleverly placed pegs, I will admit. I like the weapon storage on this guy. And there you go. I noticed Bolt Matrix was having trouble, so I wanted to show the transformation back, just because, well, you know, it's easier. I don't know where his serial number is, but on Prime, I'll just try and zoom in there. See there? Vietnam. So they're not made in China anymore. They're made in Vietnam, which is kind of cool. And I forgot to show off his head. We'll do a quick look at the head. Just push that out. I mean, his head's pretty simple. It's not as detailed as Prime's, but the camera's not focusing. There we go. It's quite smooth looking, like an animal's head. It's smooth, very simple. His jaw also has a bit of movement, but you can snap it open extra. Wish there was a bit of detail in there, however. Oh well. Not the end of the world. As I was saying, he can bite ankles, or he can be a little pet. Still, he's also I've noticed he's kind of like Beast Hunter's bulkhead. Yeah, I've just realised that. I don't have that figure, but I vaguely remember what it looks like. So I'm just going to transform back into robot mode real quick. Oh, don't worry about the snapping that you hear. It's not actually this guy breaking. It's just the pegs still. So this guy, again, he could benefit for some more paint. But overall, he is a good-looking dude. And I do recommend him. I got this guy on discount. Prime was 17, and this guy today went to $12.50. I will admit the prices have gone up. I'm not overly impressed about that. I mean, these guys used to be a 10 about 5 years ago. Now they've gone up ridiculous amounts. Oh, look. They got a little gap there for his gun. That's kind of cool. Didn't notice that. Still, QUILLFIRE is a good-looking guy. He's a good-looking robot. And I am going to give him the same as Prime. I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10. Again, I don't really class his stumpiness as a problem. But he has two weapons. And he is pretty posable, so, you know. So, yeah. My review was longer than Prime, I think. Here we go. Both of them together. No, he's leaning on an angle for some reason because my bed is horrifically springy. No, like, seriously, my bed is horrible. But still, I give him a 9 out of 10, same as Prime. They're both good-looking figures. But this isn't about Prime, it's about him. So, if you see this guy, I recommend picking him up. Don't fork out too much money, because at the end of the day, I don't recommend forking out loads of money for Transformers, as simply they just don't have the paint detail to be... They don't have the much paint on it to actually fully be worth it. They're not like NECA figures where... I mean, they're nearly the same... These guys are nearly the same price as NECA figures, but they have nowhere near the amount of paint detail on them. Whereas NECA are vastly superior. I mean, these guys don't have that many QC issues, which is a good thing, I guess. Whereas NECA kind of have it a little bit more. But, you know, NECA do provide much more detail, much more paint, and overall just much more superior articulation. And the sculpting is amazing. But still, not about NECA, it's about this guy. Try, you know, again, do pay for him, but don't pay more than his standard price. Don't fork out loads of cash. I mean, I've not seen the cartoon, so for all I know, he could be a very disappointing character, but the figure looks good. But still, again, like I said, just, you know, don't go overboard with the price, because people will charge us stupid amounts of money for this guy. I don't know, people do that, because people are just idiots. Still, if you find him on discount, brilliant. Hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry if I talked on a bit about price and all that. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.